Hi everybody, John Meadows here, and today we're going to hit arms. Everybody wants bigger biceps and triceps, so stay tuned and I'll show you how to get them. Alright, so right now we're just warming up. What I like to do on biceps and triceps is a superset. Probably my number one goal when I'm training arms is simple. It's to get as much blood in there as I can. I don't look at your biceps, for example, as something where you need to use a ton of weight, like on a compound exercise. I like to isolate it and fill it full of blood. And today, we're starting with a push down and just an easy bar curl for biceps. So we're just warming up, lots of warm-up sets, make sure our elbows are ready to go, and then we'll hit the one set. All right, so a couple tips. This tricep exercise, look at that. I think this thing's older than I am. So we're actually using 2 ropes, and you got to step back on these, tuck your elbows in, and you're driving backwards. Keep your arms right against your side. That's a really hard flex. They're stationary. You see above my elbow, it's not even moving. And this is the stretch. Let it come all the way up. Stretch, flex. Now the curl, I like to bring them up a little higher, like up around my face. That's the form I want on these. I like to pick them all a little higher than most people do. I feel like it gives you a little better contraction. It does engage your front down a little bit, but it really squeezes that short head on your bicep. So it's a little different, but just try it. And I think you'll like it. All right, so she's using the outside grip. I like the outside grip personally. What I tell people is to rotate it. Sometimes go outside, sometimes go inside. But using the outside grip, I feel it more personally with the outside grip. All right, so we've done 3 rounds. This is our 4th round. I also wanted to mention for bicep training, I spent a lot of years trying to go real heavy on curls. I think I maybe got up to 190-pound curls. And pretty much all it did was give me tendonitis in my elbows. When I had to lighten up, my arms started growing actually. I remember they were stuck at 18 for, man, probably 10 years. And then when I lightened the weight up and started working on my form and squeezing more, you know, I wasn't the strongest guy in the gym anymore. Everybody else was curling more than me. But my arms started growing again. So I like to tell some of the younger guys that, you know, your biceps is a muscle that you don't necessarily need to load with real heavy weight. You got to create enough tension to grow, but main thing is good form and squeeze it on every rep. So 10 reps on the push down and 8 reps on the easy bar curl, 4 rounds. All right, so you wanna know how to tell someone's really old? If they do this exercise. This was the primary tricep builder back in the 90s and 80s. So it's just the old dip between benches exercise. I used to have a training partner that we put 9 45-pound plates on his lap, and he did these, and he had the biggest triceps probably anybody ever saw. He wasn't really big anywhere else, but he had these gigantic triceps. But these are awesome. So here we go. Yep. And now we'll go to a hammer curl, alternating. Last one. Okay. So that was our fourth round, and on the triceps we were doing like 8 to 10 on the dips, and on the hammer curls we were doing about 8 to 10. So 4 rounds of about 8 to 10 reps. Okay, so one thing I wanted to mention is we don't do a ton of sets for bis and tris. If you think about it, when you're doing your torso work, your chest and your back, you're using your arms to a degree, and also you're moving some pretty heavy weight usually. So we keep it at 12 sets. Now we're moving on to our third combination, and we're going to do preacher curls with lying extensions. Again, we're going to do 4 rounds just like we did on the other 2 combinations. The preacher curls are going to be around 6 to 8, and the lying extensions, which we're doing on a slight incline so we get a better stretch, on those we're going to be doing about 8 to 10. And if you notice on these are exercises that really put your bis and tris in a good stretch position, and I'll talk about that in a second after I do this first set. Alright, notice she's not taking it down her forehead, she's actually going behind her head. If you take it down your forehead, there's nothing wrong with that. We're just going for more of a stretch in the belly of the tricep. So we had a great pump, it's our last exercise. Now we're stretching it out. So by moving that bar behind her head, she's getting more of a stretch. 3 more. 2. Alright, so this is our last round, and I wanted to mention again, if you haven't heard me talk about this before, preacher curls an exercise that puts a really hard stretch on your lower bicep. So we want to do these last in the rotation to keep your tendons and ligaments in one piece. And then the lying extensions that we're doing next, obviously is something that can be really hard on your elbows if you do them first. So notice how we did this. We got our arms pumped up, our joints working well and nice and greased up. And we save these exercises that can potentially strain your elbows and give you tendonitis for last. And now they feel great. So now you can get a great exercise and do it safely. So that's it for the arm workout. I want you to try it, then comment below, and keep coming back for more tips. Thanks for watching.